You want to make sure that you're getting the full benefit of this movement and working your upper back, your shoulders, your arms, your abs, obliques, glutes, as well as your quads. Hey guys, it's Corey from Redefining Strength. When you're busy and your schedule's crazy, it can feel impossible to get in your workouts. But there is a way you can stay on track and keep moving forward. You just need to design fast and efficient workouts that really meet your needs and goals. This means focusing on full body routines, especially if you're training less frequently, and moves that work more muscle groups at once. That's why today I wanted to share 4 bodyweight exercises that can help you work every muscle group in one workout. They're a great way to get in a fast and efficient workout even when you're short on time. Exercise number 1 is the get up to front angled lunge. When you don't have equipment, you can challenge your body by changing the range of motion and even combining 2 movements together. This exercise combines both the get up lunge with the front angled lunge to really work your legs in multiple planes of motion. This exercise is a great one to target not only your quads and your hamstrings and glutes, but even your adductors. When you do this move, make sure that you're actually doing an angled front lunge. It can be really easy to turn this exercise into just a straight on front lunge, but then you won't work your adductors as much. You want to make sure that you're stepping slightly laterally as you step forward. This will work your adductors as well as your glutes a little bit more, especially your glute medius. When you step forward, don't pivot that back foot. As you do the get up lunge, you're actually going to go down to the ground. This is a great way to strengthen your legs through a bigger range of motion. Throughout the entire move, you don't actually want to fully stand up. You want to keep your legs under constant tension. Because it can be really challenging to kneel all the way down to the ground and not use any momentum to get back up, you might find that you just start with simply a step back instead of going all the way down. You want to alternate sides as you go through this move. This lunge is also a great way to train that reactive step forward and really catch yourself. If you struggle with knee pain during lunges, make sure you're really driving off that front heel to push back. You don't want to let your weight just sort of carry forward. Make sure during the front angled lunge that your knee doesn't cave in. If you struggle with your knee caving in during the front angled lunge, start with just that basic front lunge. This is a great way to protect your knee if you can't use your glute enough to keep your knee in line with your ankle and your hip. I love using the get up to front angled lunge in an interval workout design. It's a great way to keep your body under constant tension and not rush through the reps. Exercise number 2 is the lying scapular press. It can be really challenging to work our back when we only have our body weight to use. But this lying scapular press is a great way to activate your back, work on scapular retraction as you open up your chest, and even improve your shoulder stability. While you might actually be pressing off the ground, you want to think about the same movement you do when you row a weight up to your chest. You're going to initiate the pull with your back, pinching your shoulder blades towards your spine. Your elbows are then going to drive back. But instead of rowing something up to your chest, you're going to press yourself away from the ground. Make sure you don't turn this move into a sit-up. While you do want to feel your abs working as you work your upper back, you want to make sure that you're not only using your abs to sit up. You actually want to drive yourself off the ground by pressing through your elbows. Make sure you're really initiating the movement with your upper back. Feel those shoulder blades move towards your spine. Focus on that mind-body connection as you do this movement. You want to focus on using your mind to really recruit your back to initiate that press off the ground. If you find you're shrugging your shoulders or you don't have the mobility to really lift up, you can also do this exercise off a wall. A great way to really use this move to challenge your back even more is to do first an isometric hold of the movement at the top and then combine that with the reps after. It's a great way to really work your back and spend a little bit more time under tension. Exercise number 3 is the mountain climber row push-up. If you want a killer upper body move and also an anti-rotational and rotational core exercise all in one, this is the perfect exercise to use. During that row, you're going to work on that anti-rotational core strength, fighting the urge to rotate open, especially when you're balanced on one arm. Then you'll get in some rotational core work as you pull your knee across your body during the cross-body mountain climber. It's a great way to work your abs and obliques both in a stability fashion and to power that rotation. Plus, because you're using a push-up during this movement, you're going to work your chest, shoulders, and triceps. And then during the row, you're going to work your back as well. Make sure that as you row your arm up to the side, you're not just doing a bicep curl, but actually pinching your shoulder blades towards your spine. You want to engage your back to pull your hand up. Make sure to move slowly through this movement. You don't want to rush it just because you're losing your balance. You want to really force your entire core to work to stabilize. You'll even feel your glutes and quads working to help you hold that plank position as you prevent yourself from rotating during that row. Really feel your abs pull that knee across your body. Don't just use your hip flexors. While your hip flexors and quads are of course working, you want to use your abs to draw that knee in and across. For this push-up variation, you want to perform a narrow grip push-up. This will work your triceps even more. It'll also help you balance as you perform that anti-rotational row. You might want to put your feet a little bit wider apart to help with that stability. Bringing your feet closer together makes the movement harder because there's less of that solid base. So as you start out, set your feet about hip width apart. Beginners can modify this move off an incline. It's a great way to work on that full plank position to really improve your push-ups and your core strength. Exercise number 4 is the forearm plank bird dog. This is a great anti-rotational core move that will work not only your abs, obliques, shoulders, and back, but even your glutes. It's a great way to progress that basic bird dog and work your abs and obliques even more. When you do this move, don't focus so much on how high you can lift your arm and leg up, but focus on really preventing your core from rotating. You don't want your hips to rotate open just because you're trying to lift up higher. Squeeze your glute to almost prevent your leg from lifting up any higher and work on that hip extension. Move slowly to prevent any rotation during this movement. Also make sure to really pack your shoulders and engage your upper back. You don't want to shrug. You want to make sure that you're getting the full benefit of this movement and working your upper back, your shoulders, your arms, your abs, obliques, glutes, as well as your quads. To modify the forearm plank bird dog, you can do it off an incline. You can also remove the upper body movement and just perform a kickback to really focus on your glutes. Using these 4 full body moves, you can get in a killer workout even when you're short on time. Especially if you're training less frequently, you want to make sure to focus your workouts on more full body splits. While these are amazing compound and hybrid movements, they don't target some areas as much as others. And if you do have some of those vanity areas or stubborn areas you want to target a little bit more with isolation moves, I did want to provide a great tip to help you do that at home. You can do self-resisted isolation moves, especially say for bicep curls or tricep extensions. By using a towel and pulling on that towel, you can resist the curl or the extension. And this is a great way to target some of those stubborn areas or provide yourself with some isolation exercises you can do at home. If you're short on time and looking for a great workout to do using these 4 moves, check the video description for a 15-minute option. I use an interval setup because it's a great way to spend more time under tension and increase your training density. If you like the video, make sure to like it, comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe. We're posting new videos each week.